Good Monday morning, everybody. This is Stephen Ray, aka Stingray, and I hope everybody's doing quite well out there on this Monday morning. Now, I wanted to jump here on social media and let you guys know real quick. Okay, I just want to make sure y'all can see that. That it's going to be a beautiful day out here across West Alabama and in Mississippi, but unfortunately, we have some more tropical troubles that we're going to have to deal with here coming up this weekend, Friday and into the weekend. As you can see, I'm zoomed in here over the satellite area just off to the south of Jamaica, where Tropical Storm Delta is currently right now. And unfortunately, it looks like it is going to be moving towards the central and then eventually the northern Gulf as we get into the latter part of this week. So I wanted to jump on here and go ahead and kind of give you guys a quick little heads up about Tropical Storm Delta that could potentially become a hurricane and a Category 2 hurricane before making landfall across the northern Gulf. So let me go ahead and show you the actual path. And as you can see right here, it is currently just off to the south of Jamaica this morning. It is currently a tropical storm. Winds are currently at 40 miles per hour, and it is moving off to the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. As you can see, by 2 a.m. on Friday, it's going to be sitting south of Yuma, Louisiana, and then eventually making landfall during the day on Friday, and then moving up towards a place towards Meridian, Mississippi by 2 a.m. on Saturday, and that would still be a tropical storm at that point with winds of 65 miles per hour at 2 a.m. on Saturday morning. So once again, it is too early to determine the exact impacts here across West Alabama and in Mississippi as well. But the rain chances will climb Friday into this weekend, and especially depending on how strong this system actually comes. And I wanted to go ahead and show you this, that the models are pointing out that Tuscaloosa could see anywhere from 4 to 5, maybe even 6 inches of rain with this storm. As you can see, a lot more, 5 to 7 inches down there towards Mobile and Baldwin County. And then, of course, Hattiesburg could see anywhere, and Meridian anywhere from 4 to 6 inches right now. And I expect this to change. I expect this to be modified and to shift with any westward or eastward progressions with this storm. So this is a very significant threat that we need to keep a watch on coming up here this weekend for places, I would say, from Lake Charles all the way over to Apalachicola and Panama City. So this is going to be a very interesting week. And now, of course, we're going to do another Stingray show tomorrow, and then of course we're going to do another one on Thursday or Friday, and then of course I will be here doing frequent updates as we get closer to landfall to let you guys know just exactly where this system is going to be. All right, so let's go on ahead and real quick go through the models. And if you know me, the Hurricane Wharf, I love to use this model because it handled Hurricane Laura and Hurricane Sally quite well. So once again, this is the Hurricane Wharf, and this is a current location of the storm. It is currently south of Jamaica as we speak. So let me go on ahead and put this into motion for you. And as you can see, there it comes. There it goes across Cuba and continues on to the north. And at this point, there it is going across Cuba right there. And it actually, this model wants to take it missing Cuba, which would be more over the Gulf. So that would mean it would strengthen more and not be disrupted by the mountainous terrain of Cuba. All right, so let's go in and move this forward. And as you can see, it is getting at this point into the central Gulf, and it is really intensifying. This minimum central pressure at this point would be 982. Which would probably be a Category 1 into a Category 2 hurricane. And then here it is reaching the coast, and this one actually wants to make landfall over here towards the Yuma, Louisiana area, and this would be on Friday, and then moving up towards, unfortunately, New Orleans at this point, and then from there it would want to move up to a place near Macomb, Mississippi, and then go to Jackson, and then cut off to the northeast and go over towards Columbus, Mississippi as we get into the Saturday time frame. And at this point, it could still be a tropical storm because just depending on how strong it gets before landfall. If it makes landfall as a Category 2, I would expect a hurricane even as far inland as Macomb, Mississippi. So that is from the hurricane Wharf. There is your landfall. It's going to be 0Z09Z Friday, which would be about 2 or 3 p.m. on Friday. And that one right there at 980 millibars, that would be pushing a Category 2 hurricane moving into either Grand Isle or Yuma, Louisiana, and then moving up to a point to near New Orleans, and that would put, Hattiesburg and the coast of Mississippi in the right front quadrant of the storm, which would be the strongest and the potential for isolated tornadoes over here towards South Mississippi and the Delta, the Pine Belt of Mississippi. So once again, if that was the track, we would have a lot of rain here in West Alabama. We would have a lot of rain basically anywhere to the east and the right of the center of circulation. The drier side is usually the western side of the storm. So that's the Hurricane Wharf. Let me go ahead and also show you the GFS model, the global forecast model. And this one actually wants to take it a little bit further off to the west, over here towards the Morgan City, Louisiana area, and then curving up to a point of around Natchez to Vicksburg, and then coming up here towards Jackson, and then going up here towards northeastern Mississippi towards the Tupelo area. So once again, there is a westward shift with the models this morning, but like I said, with the track with this system being way down here south of Jamaica, there could be a lot of interesting switches and turns with this system, and especially if the system misses Cuba altogether, which the Hurricane Wharf wants to make it do. With the interaction with land, if it went over the western tip of Cuba, over the mountainous terrain, that would really kind of interact and disrupt the hurricane. But unfortunately, if it stays over the Gulf and over the warm waters and misses the Yucatan and Cuba, goes right in between them, that could potentially be a deadly thing and make it intensify more before it wants to make landfall somewhere close to either Morgan City or Yuma, Louisiana, by Friday mid-morning to early afternoon on Friday. So once again, this is Stephen Ray, aka Stingray, and I am providing just a heads up on this Monday morning of yet another tropical system that could potentially become a Category 2 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Say that 5 times fast. So this is a threatening and life-threatening situation which could be coming towards the Friday-Saturday time frame, basically from anybody from Lake Charles, Louisiana, all the way over to Panama City and Destin. You guys really need to watch this system and with intense concern, because this thing could wrap up and become a Category 2 storm, which actually Hurricane Sally was a Category 2 at landfall. She strengthened right before she made landfall, and unfortunately that was not great for Mobile and Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and now we're staring down the barrel of yet another tropical system heading towards the Gulf of Mexico and the northern Gulf Coast. And let me just go ahead and say this. We have actually passed all of the names on our list, the United States National Hurricane Center, we've passed all them. So now we're into the Greek alphabet, and actually Tropical Storm Delta is the 25th, yes, 25th named storm of the year. Think about that for a minute. The 25th named storm and system of the year. 2020 cannot get over anytime soon. So once again, let me go in and show you that is the current position of Tropical Storm Delta. It is just off to the south of Jamaica, and it actually looks like it's really trying to spin up on the last few runs of the satellite there. So we're really going to have to see how well this continues to grow, and hopefully it will go over Cuba, and it will kind of disrupt it a little bit. But I'm telling you guys, if it misses Cuba and goes in between the Yucatan and Cuba and curves up into the Gulf and has little land interaction, this thing could be a monster again, unfortunately, for the northern Gulf Coast. So once again, I just wanted to go on ahead and kind of let you know that this is a pretty significant weather situation heading into the latter part of this week and into the weekend. And at this point, I can't guarantee or can't say right now how the football games in Mississippi or Alabama would be impacted. I would probably say that we would have tropical storm conditions for the Alabama Ole Miss game, the Southern Miss home game, and then Mississippi State's on the road at Kentucky. So that's a good thing. LSU, I do believe, is at home this weekend. That would be problematic as well. Could they be postponed? It's possible. We'll just have to wait till we get closer, and especially if this thing is a Category 2, bearing down on the central Gulf Coast by Friday. I'm sure the SEC and everybody would have to make arrangements to possibly postpone or move some of the games, and especially the Alabama Ole Miss game, if the GFS model is correct, because this one would put Northeast Mississippi, and this is on 12Z Saturday, so this would be midday on Saturday. As you can see, the tropical storm would be at this point around Jackson, and that would put really bad weather up there towards the Oxford, Mississippi area. So we'll just have to see about the football games later on this week and this weekend. But for right now, we're not dealing with college football. This is a significant weather situation. So everybody, basically from Huma and Lake Charles, Louisiana, all the way over to Destin and Panama City, really needs to keep abreast of the latest weather information as we get into the Thursday, Friday, Saturday time frame, because you see the cone of uncertainty goes from the Texas-Louisiana border over here all the way over to a point near Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So anywhere in that swath could see a potential landfalling hurricane. So I can't rule out that this thing wants to pull further west and go into Galveston and Houston. And I can also, rule out the possibility of it going further east over here towards Apalachicola and Panama City. So anywhere in that range needs to really watch this weekend. Excuse me. Watch this weekend for the potential of a landfalling Category 2 hurricane. So once again, I do want to also mention before I let you go that currently right now the rainfall amounts for the next 7 to 10 days with this hurricane, as you can see, Tuscaloosa is at 4.6 inches, Hattiesburg is at 4 inches, Meridian is at 4, Starkville is at 2.9 inches, that's almost 3, Jackson is at 2.30, and then of course down here towards the Gulf of Mexico and Mobile, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, they could see anywhere from 6 to 7 inches right now, and I would expect this to go on ahead and be increased depending on the actual track of this thing. Now, the local impacts towards, Jackson, West Alabama, Meridian, New Orleans and Mobile, those will get fine-tuned towards the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday time frame. So please keep checking back with me. I will start off the Stingray Show tomorrow with another weather update because this is a threatening situation. I won't, with the Stingray Show, we talk about football, we talk about sports. So I won't do an in-depth weather report, but I will start off the show tomorrow kind of giving you guys a kind of an update on what the weather's going to be like. And I'll do the same when we go live for the Stingray Show on the Thursday or Friday. And then, of course, as we get closer to landfall, I will be right back here on social media providing you guys with life-threatening, updates as the system comes on in. And like always, if there's ever any kind of tornado warnings or severe weather warnings, you know that you can always turn to Stingray, a.k.a. Stephen Ray, on social media for the latest weather information. So let me go back over here to the studio and see if we have any questions or comments. And currently we have a couple, but I do want to thank you guys for staying with me here, and we will sign off, and I will do another video here a little bit later on.